God damn it.
It's time for Blumpkin&Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Dr. Murr.
Dr. Murr.
Pim, pim, pim.
All right, that's good. I was going to say, I think it's your third appearance.
I think so.
Or fourth. I lost count.
Me too.
Oh, for God's sake.
Fuck it.
How have you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good, man.
What have you been up to?
Not much. Just working. Paying the mortgage. That's about it.
The mortgage.
Playing video games, you know.
What games have you been playing?
Grand Theft Auto 5. I play with Joe, my brother, all the time.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Because your life is dope when you do dope shit.
I think so. Video games are dope. I mean, look at the money people spend on fucking sports. Some of these parents spend so much on hockey and dance. Video games are a waste of money. You just spent $500 on a dress your daughter's going to wear and dance. One time.
Or a $400 softball bat.
Or a $400. Jesus Christ. Is it made of gold?
No.
Fuck me.
But it goes ping.
That's dope. At least it pings.
Completely off the cuff topic I thought of a few weeks ago. And I can't remember.
6 inches?
What? No.
Oh.
Save the measuring for when our dicks are out.
Okay.
Have you ever had a near-death experience?
I was in a pretty nasty auto accident about a year ago.
Go
or
on.
about a year and a half, I suppose. I was just sitting at a stoplight with my dad, and some old dude and his wife in a Buick just didn't stop at like 50 miles an hour.
Rear-ended you?
And I just cracked my fucking head on it'd be like the spacer between windows.
Yeah.
And so like it shook me up, and then I had to go take a fucking hospital trip in an ambulance and had a nasty concussion. It was bizarre too, because it was like the most intense deja vu I've ever had in my life. Craziest shit ever.
Like what?
Like as soon as I got into the ambulance, it was deja vu.
You're like, I feel like I've been doing this before.
Oh my God, it was so bizarre, dude. It was the most intense. It was like hallucinations almost. It was so intense. It was weird.
Were you on mushrooms?
No, I wish. That probably made the hit to the head a little better.
Look at all these fucking colors.
I guess it wasn't really near death, but it did crack my head real hard.
Well, I have had a few myself that I will cover. Automobile accidents seem to be a frequent one because I polled the audience. I also polled some people online in a chat group I'm a part of, and I'll get into some of that. A game will be played, and then another random new game I came up with out of nowhere today.
Kick it. I think it's bizarre how people be like, hey, don't do drugs or drink, that's dangerous. Bro, you drive a car. That's the most dangerous motherfucking thing a person does in the United States.
Pretty much.
Don't lecture me about my goddamn Miller Lite.
Well, Doug Stanhope says, if heaven is such a great place and you can't wait to get there, then why do you wear a seatbelt?
Right? No shit. I love Doug's. I was just watching Stanhope last night.
Yeah?
I fucking love Stanhope.
Awesome. Let me read a few of these from my friends. Ron. One time when he was a kid, he was swimming in the ocean in Connecticut while vacationing for his aunt's wedding. He went too far out and almost drowned because he wasn't able to touch the bottom. Then he started getting pulled by like a undercurrent. So he sank, and then he just started kicking and kicking and kicking until he could stand up and breathe.
That sounds like your fault for going in the ocean.
Well, the ocean is a mystery. And you
Fucking
should stay
idiot.
the fuck out of it.
I went to the ocean, didn't step foot in it. Fuck that shit.
I've been to the ocean one time, and here's the thing about that. You could just start swimming out a little bit, and you think you're not that far, and then you turn around and you're like, fuck!
Yeah, and then the waves are 5 feet tall, and there's rip currents and jellyfish and crabs and stingers and sea urchins and sharks and whales and fuck!
And you can't see the bottom.
God, I hate the ocean.
It's a terrible idea.
That's a terrible idea.
So I don't know how SpongeBob lives there.
Fucking idiot.
Especially at the bottom of the sea. Motherfucker. Picture this, my friend, other Neil. He's driving down the road and it's icy, and two cars collide in front of him. So then he's got to swerve around him onto the shoulder to avoid it and keep going.
Fuck.
Narrowly missed becoming part of a multiple car pileup.
That's horse shit. Well, I guess it's good you didn't become part of the pilot.
It is good. It is good. My friend number one fan, Tim, has done a lot of road constructioning in his life.
Okay.
And he's had some real close calls with cars whizzing
I fucking bet. I'm always careful. People get pissed if I'm driving like 30. I'm like, fuck you, dude. People are working. The fuck you thinking?
Yeah.
Plus tickets are doubled, so.
They are. Slow down and watch for construction
No
workers.
shit.
MnDOT people are not targets like in the game Lethal Enforcers.
That's true.
He also says that he got a head injury once as a kid. He didn't say what happened, but he swears he saw, quote, bright lights.
No. You didn't.
No.
Or you might have. You got hit pretty fucking hard in the head. You can see some crazy shit.
You do see a flash. It's called a concussion.
Yes, that's correct.
Our little buddy Reese Hartfeld
Mm-hmm.
drank a fuck ton of cough syrup while on antidepressants. It made his pisser not work. That's in quotes. Pisser not work.
Yeah, sounds about right.
His bladder filled up with 1,500 milliliters of urine and was 30 to 90 minutes from bursting.
Fuck. That sounds horseshit.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Pharmaceuticals are bad.
Here's Ivy. And this is just like kind of a lame one. When I was 5, I almost died from dehydration.
You dumb bitch.
Well, she was 5, and that's more or less the result of shitty parenting.
No shit.
No. Mrs. Number One fan, Tim's wife. This was a fucking good one. Okay, so she's going down the road and she's pulling up to an intersection on her way to work. Another car runs a stop sign, pulls out in front of her. She T-bones them on the passenger side while going 55. Both cars end up in the ditch. The passenger died.
Jeez.
And the driver suffered a broken pelvis and hip and was airlifted to North Memorial Medical Center.
Holy shit.
Front end of her car totally smashed. Engine crushed up to the dashboard, and the dash itself got pushed inward, injuring her knee. She ended up suing them for totaling her car and her injuries.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jesus H. Christ. My dad has cheated death a few times.
No shit.
Listen to this. He's been hit by a car when he was a kid and dragged. He has been hit by lightning.
Fuck off.
Twice.
Fuck off.
This happened.
He should start playing the lottery.
He got struck, and then another time it struck my mom, and it threw her into him, which then gave him a secondary shock.
Where do your parents live?
Well, this is when they were camping in Monticello.
The Kingdom of Zeus?
Like 40 years ago. Jeez. Almost. Yeah.
That's not good.
But one time when he was in his 20s, he's out with 2 friends at a bar, and this is up in Hermantown, so up north a ways. His friend starts flirting with some girl. Turns out she's got a boyfriend who's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then an argument ensues. They left. They get followed by the other guys.
That's fun.
And they pulled off the road to stop, thinking they'd lose them. Then the other car pulled in behind them.
That's dope.
Yeah, there was some arguing.
Fuck yeah.
Some shots were fired.
Oh, guns are for pussies.
So their vehicle got shot up, and they ran for help to a house nearby and called 911. And it was in the paper in Hermantown and everything.
Fuck, why can't people just arm wrestle like real men?
I don't know. How's that going, by the way?
What's that?
You said you wanted to become a professional arm wrestler.
I would
last time.
love to.
Are you not making any headway?
I'm weak as shit. I can't do dick in that department. I do have access to the weight room at my new job in the athletics department, so I'm about to get swollen.
You should just go to random places and challenge people to arm wrestling matches.
I'm too weak. I have 25-pound dumbbells. I lift those a bunch of times, but my arms don't get bigger. I've got good endurance, but...
You should buy some 40s.
Probably.
40-pound dumbbells. Not like a couple of old Englishes and just
40-ounce
girls.
To be fair, directly after this, I'm going to go buy some 40s, but...
That's good for you.
It is very good for me.
You're going to have a good evening.
I hope so.
Here's the first of my cheating death stories. Similar to Mrs. Number One fans, only I was the one that ran a stop sign. I was leaving my friend's house way the fuck up in like Isani. And it's dark, and I've only been on this road this one time going to his house. And I'm approaching an intersection. I see other cars. I'm like, why the fuck aren't those cars stopping? And just as I see that, at the corner of my eye, I see the stop sign that I just blew. Jam on my brakes. I skid across all 4 fucking lanes of Highway 65. Narrowly missed T-boning a car. And then narrowly missed getting T-boned on my back passenger side by another one. I came to rest up against a one-way sign. So when I had the clear to back up, I did, and then it ripped my license plate off.
Huh.
But we're talking these cars are doing 70, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was doing 55.
Oh, yeah.
So, fuck.
Yeah, some bitch made me spin out on 35 once when I was going about 60, and just nobody happened to be behind me at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was pretty lucky there, I suppose.
What, she just cut you off?
It's in Roseville there when you can choose to go 36 or you can continue on to 35 or go to 280. And so to go to 36, you have that middle lane that you can go 36 or 35.
Right before you get off on that exit to get on to
Yes.
36, yeah.
So I was in that lane. She needed to get over to 36 and she was impatient. So she hit my back end, spun me out. I did like a 180 and then a 360.
So you tried to correct and went back and
Yes.
overcorrected.
And nobody was behind me, luckily. It was crazy as shit. And then she tried to get money from me. And the cop wrote the report wrong. And I had to go to court 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, well, because I refused to pay her. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to eat the court fees, even if they're more than what she wants, just out of principle. I'm like, you hit your front end and my back end were damaged. How the fuck is this my fault?
Right, you weren't going in reverse.
No. Plus, I spun out. Like, I feel like it's just physics. If I hit you, you'll spin out. If you hit me, I'll spin out.
Was it Roseville
Physics.
PD, Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, or State Patrol?
God, I think it was State Patrol. He was a dick, too. He wrote of course, because I look like this and I'm driving a 92 Honda and she's some pretty fucking 40-year-old lady driving the fucking Buick her husband just bought her.
What time of year was this?
September?
Okay, so no snow.
No.
Mine was probably also in the fall. I just remember as I'm skidding across the lanes and I just missed that car. Like, I see it, I'm like, oh, fuck. And then it goes in front of me. I'm like, holy shit. And then I see this other one coming out of my peripheral going to hit me. I'm like, shit.
That's a bummer.
But they just got over enough to not clip me. That could have really fucked me up.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to this other time. This is the infamous day before Valentine's 2001.
Oh?
You don't know this story. A lot of people know this story. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were driving to Target to get her little sister some Valentine's cards to pass out the next day at school. And we went to Target and everything was fine. On the way back, we're coming southbound on 65. And I might add, this was her mom's car, because it had snowed a lot the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Her car got stuck in the driveway. My car got stuck in her driveway.
Bummer.
So we took her mom's car,
Fair enough.
who was in Mexico.
Oh, so she didn't know.
She did not know.
Ooh.
And we're going, and we're in the left lane, and I had gotten a Mountain Dew. So I unscrew the cap and I take a drink. I'm like, you want some? And I put it like towards her face. You ever just do that? Like, hey, you want some?
Mm-hmm.
It's your old lady. I did that. She goes, no. And as she does it, she turns her head to the left and then turns the wheel to the left and then jerks it back to the right. Then a little left and a little right again. We spun around 180 degrees. But we were going 65.
Jeez.
So then we started skidding backwards as the tires are trying to correct. And then we skidded off into the ditch in reverse. And then we rolled 4 1/4 times.
God damn.
And as soon as we started to spin around, I went, fuck, there's the oncoming traffic we were just going with. I instinctively just covered my face and curled into a ball. And then, and I guess we rolled. I just closed my eyes and waited for it to be over.
Yeah, that's...
And this was a matter of seconds.
Oh, yeah, that shit happens quick, dude.
And that was the first accident I'd ever been in.
No shit.
So I don't know where I got the wherewithal to pull that shit off.
Huh.
I mean, this thing about almost getting T-boned on 65 running the stop sign, that was like 7-8 years later. But when we come to a stop, I noticed that she was not wearing a seatbelt. And
Oh,
we were resting on the driver's side door. So she had to grab the steering wheel to not be thrown out or
Jesus
tossed around.
Christ.
Yeah. I had a belt on because I'm not a fucking dummy. I don't want to be a cripple. And now picture this. Here's a Dodge Avenger, crumpled to shit, roof is smashed in, back window and all the side windows are broken out. We had gotten peppered with glass. My hands were cut. I was a few cuts on my head that were bleeding. And the windshield was all smashed to fuck from the top being compressed.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, oh, are you okay? Like, yeah, I think we're good. well, we're going to rock you back on your wheels. I'm like, no, let's not do that.
No shit.
I don't want you to tip us and then, I have some sort of spine trauma or the car bursts into flames.
No shit.
So I took my belt off. We climbed out the back window. And she's just like shivering. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And people are looking at me just fucking awestruck. And I look at one guy. I'm like, what's wrong? Am I like all bloody and stuff or what? He's like, look, dude, tell your side of your face is covered in blood. I'm like, well, I'm fine. So stop shitting your pants here. I point to some lady and go, okay, you got a phone? Good. Call 911. Somebody get her a jacket, my girlfriend, because she didn't have one. And then for some reason, I had my CD wallet with me, had gotten thrown out. Like, can you go back like 50 yards and see if my CD wallet's out there? He found the fucker. He handed it to me. Brought it to me with snow in it. I'm like, just brush the snow, you dick. So she was upset at me for asking about my CD wallet.
I just got that new Incubus joint. It was dope.
No, this thing I had taken the time to carve a Wu-Tang symbol in it. It was one of those foam padded ones.
Oh, okay.
And then I put white out on it and then colored it. I put work into this bitch.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
So she was mad about that, which was hilarious because fast forward to after the ambulance comes and the state patrol chick shows up and wraps my head like a mummy just because of a few cuts that bled like hell.
Mm-hmm.
State patrol, they drove us back to her parents' house. That was real nice of them. Car was fucking totaled.
I would imagine.
Yeah. So my parents show up to her house just in time when I think I'm going to leave. And the phone rings. And I thought it was her dad. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, yeah, she's just upstairs making lunch for the girls. I mean, we're all right, but I'll have her call you. And on the other line, once again, thought it was her dad. I hear this. Sure, just have her call her boyfriend, Dane. I'm like,
God damn it.
I will do that.
God
Goodbye.
damn it.
And I hung up the phone, and she comes downstairs. I just look at her. She's like, what? I'm like, get in your room now, bitch. So we go into her room, and for as mad as she was about the CD wallet, I find out that she had been seeing some other dude for 4 months behind my back. And then I let her know that I had been fooling around with a girl behind her back.
Oh, God damn it.
Well, I'd pump the brakes, because I married that girl in the long run.
God damn it.
That's my wife. That was my wife
damn
that
it.
I was doing behind her back.
God damn it.
She was having an emotional relationship, like trying to start new. I don't know what we were doing. I think we were getting close and then doing the friends with benefits thing.
It's just pounding flesh.
A couple of times, not too many. Yeah. At that age, I was 18. I didn't know how to be good in bed, so I was just fast and hard.
No, none of them do,
good.
yeah.
So yeah, I probably could have died right there.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea with Jesse the Body. Good idea. Joining a book club so that you can share great American novels with new friends. Bad idea. Joining a cult in hopes that the mothership will whisk you off to outer space so you can rest on the surface of the sun. Good idea. Grooming yourself and maintaining a high level of personal hygiene. Bad idea. Washing your balls in the fountain outside of City Hall, because let's face it, your tax dollars funded the fucking thing.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
And here's one. I'm going to tell it for my friend Petey, because obviously I don't know where he's at. I don't have his number anymore. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. He moved away. So I go to my friend Rick James's house that he was renting with 3 other dudes.
You're friends with Rick James?
Not the Rick James,
Oh.
but my friend whose name is Rick James.
I think you should probably specify that.
Yeah. So Rick James and P2 and Nate and Petey are all renting this house off of Johnson Street in Blaine.
Okay.
And I show up to see what's going on because I got off work. I didn't have shit going on. I just show up sometimes. That's what you did. Pete's out in the driveway with his truck up on jacks, changing the brakes. And I was there for maybe 40 minutes while he's dinking around, chit-chatting. And then he gets underneath the front tire. Like he takes it off. He's under the axle, fucking with it. And just for no reason I thought, Pete, don't you think you should throw some blocks behind the back tires and maybe not be right underneath the fucking axle in case something happens with the jack?
No shit.
And within 3 minutes of me saying that, he's working on it, and all of a sudden the jack tips, The truck goes down to the axle and starts skidding down the driveway about a foot. So he's like, fuck. Right. But he gets it to stop, obviously, because he had blocked it, like I told him to. And we're just sitting there, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. And he's cussing because his axle's kind of bent up some. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, dude, you just saved my life. I'm like, I did, didn't I? He's like, if you wouldn't have said that, I probably would have been under there still, and it would have fallen right on my fucking chest.
Yeah.
And crushed. And what am I going to do?
That's accurate.
Lou Ferrigno that bitch off his chest? Hell no.
Nah.
All that talk of magic adrenaline strength?
I don't think that happens.
Fuck, I don't know, man. It was the weirdest thing. I'm all about safety and, avoiding accidents through prevention.
Mm-hmm.
People was like, oh, accidents happen. Not if you fucking try hard to prevent them.
It's true.
It's called situational awareness.
Yeah.
And that day, I apparently was Pete's guardian angel.
Guardian angels aren't real.
Right, because angels aren't real.
Angels are not real.
But he almost got touched by an angel.
Ooh. In an ishy place.
Of death, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Are you ready to play a game?
Oh, yeah.
Let me find a pen. There it is. Okay. I can't remember if you've played this before. Have you done the RPS challenge?
Yes.
You played the Juice, didn't you?
Yes.
And you beat her, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's not up on the wall.
Cock.
I can't put all the fucking RPS matches up on the wall. I'd run out of wall. That's the championships.
Cocksucker.
This is non-title, obviously. She's not a title holder. You'll be going up against the Juice again. Are you all right?
My belt's tight.
Okay. So, you'll be going up against the Juice. She gets a rematch from a long time ago, whenever that was. Probably way back last year. Like in the spring or something. So, she's 7 now. Hopefully she is a little bit better than she was last time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Blumpkin and Friends proudly brings to you the Rock, Paper, Scissors Intercontinental Championship Challenge Championship of the World! Are you ready?
No.
Not really feeling the confidence.
I was born ready.
Hand number 1.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to tell me what your hand is.
Full house.
No, you either have to say rock, paper, or scissors.
Oh, okay, man. Let's do fucking rock, man.
All right. She picked paper, so point for her. She's been doing that to people a lot lately. Right out of the gates. Hand number 2.
Rock.
Jesus Christ. Okay, she picked scissors. Point for you. I'd have her down here right now, but she's on her period. She really is being a Bia.
Does that happen when you're 7?
She's not physically leaking menses from her vagina.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure she's got PMS right now.
When does that happen?
It depends. Some people get it as early as 8 or 9.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Christ.
I'm hoping they don't get it till they're like 12.
18? 22?
Something like that. Yeah. Or never.
That just doesn't happen.
'Cause I don't have tampon money laying around. Hand number 3.
Rock.
She also went rock. No point.
Fucking bitch.
Really? You're 7. Fuck you.
Only because she's not down here.
Right. Hand number 4.
Rock.
Jesus Christ. She picked a paper.
I hate you so much.
So now we're coming to hand number 5. She's up on you 2-1. You have
rock.
to tie it just to push it to overtime.
It's rock.
Wait until I fucking say it.
Rock.
Hand number 5.
Rock.
She picked a scissors.
Goddamn
so, overtime!
Pim.
So now it's sudden death. Obviously.
Like somebody actually gonna die?
Maybe.
Technically, we all are.
If you lose, she's going to come down here, shoot you in the dick. With a paintball gun.
Please not the dick.
Repeatedly.
Please not the dick.
Hand number 6.
Rock.
She also picked a rock. So no point. Hand, number 7.
Scissors.
She picked a rock.
God damn it, seriously?
Ah.
God damn it.
Ah.
Fuck that
Winner, the juice.
shit. Fuck that shit.
That was fun for her. She won.
God damn it.
I'm not going to tell her to the end because I don't want her to come interrupt and then, say a bunch of unimportant shit.
Fucking kids, man.
She's just going to complain about stuff anyway.
That's what kids do.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
Do you know anybody, any friends you have that have been in accidents or cheated death, anything of that nature?
No. I'm boring as shit.
That's not helpful.
My life is boring.
Well, it's a good thing that I got some backup material to go for a second
Kick it, boy.
portion of this. It is the Juggalo Family Love chat group on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm apparently a born-again Juggalo
Oh, good for you,
because
man.
I found a collective of people that are positive and not dickholes to each other all the time.
Fair enough.
And also, I went to the Great Malenko 20th Anniversary Tour. And I realized that for what made me get out of ICP was all these young kids that were just shitheads.
Mhm.
And ICP's newer material was garbage.
Mhm.
And at the time, I didn't stop and think, well, I can just go back and listen to all the shit I've been loving for years. And that's what I started doing once we went to that concert and, leading up to it. Everything up through Malenko is pretty solid.
I'm just not a huge fan.
No?
No. I don't think it's objectively bad. I just think I don't like it.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough. Well, here are some stories from some people.
Those homeboys are cool, though. Jugglers are dope.
From the Juggalo Family Love Group, we have some dude named Dakota. And I just asked if anybody in here ever had a near-death experience. I'm just going to read it how he wrote it. Yeah, Ninja. In the year of 2016, in April, I rolled my 2006 Ford Escape XLT 5 times on my way to work at the solar site.
I like how you had to specify XLT.
The last thing I remember at 5:04 a.m., a lot of specific details, he might have made this up. 5:04 in the morning on a Monday was Volbeat playing on my radio. Basically, I was really tired and fell asleep and steered my vehicle into the ditch. Then I reacted dumb and braked hard because I was drifting. And the next thing I know, I'm in the air. And as I'm in the air, I'm counting my rolls. He rolled 5 times. Fuck. That's another 3/4 of a roll than I got. He beat me.
Shit.
Yeah, motherfucker. Some kid named Jordan Howell. I doubt that's his Christian name. Might be a slave name. I don't know.
Is that your Christian name? Jebediah.
I got ran over by a car when I was little. I flew out going 40 miles an hour, and the wheel of a car ran over my abdomen. Still have no idea how a 2-ton car didn't split me in 2.
Buff.
Like, there's not much matter in a young kid.
I guess not.
That's why they don't get hurt when they fall. They weigh like 20 pounds. If I fall a foot to the ground, I'm done for. I'm such a fat piece of shit.
You're on the shelf for 9 months.
I ate shit today because I was walking too fast because
Like-
it was negative 25 this morning.
Like literal shit?
No. That I did not do. I fell on my side
Oh,
in the snow.
okay. You biffed it.
I biffed.
So unlike a boxer who might drink his own piss because he doesn't want to lose any nutrients.
What?
You've never heard of that?
No.
There's a few boxers in the past few years that have said they drink their urine leading up to a fight because they don't want to lose any nutrients.
No wonder it's a dying sport.
No shit.
No wonder.
When all these MMA guys are jacked out of their mind and can go for, 5 fucking rounds like nobody's business because they understand nutrition and supplements and not drinking your own urine that actually dehydrates you.
Yeah. It's not good. It's trying to leave your body for a reason.
It was a Mexican boxer, so, I mean...
Probably better than the water.
Well, maybe.
I've never been.
What does that do if you drink Mexican water and then piss it out and then drink it again?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like kryptonite or something.
Here's another guy. His name is Scott. Back in the day, I was working 2 jobs, 5:30 a.m. to 3:30 as a grill cook, and right after that, I'd be a caterer until maybe 11 p.m. It caught up with me burning the candle at both ends. One day, driving to work in the morning, I was getting mad tired. Cold air, windows down, blasting music, but my eyes kept getting sleepy. His eyes shut for just a second, and he dozed off. 60 mile an hour, boom! Head-on car crash. Almost. A bang of another car wakes you right the fuck up. He pulled over and looked. It's actually just both cars' side mirrors had clipped.
Jesus.
He goes, 4 more inches to the left, I'd probably be dead.
Damn.
Because they would have connected.
Next time, go for like cigarettes and coffee. That's what I did on the way back from Ohio. That 18-hour drive.
18 from Ohio?
Columbus.
Were you coming via covered wagon?
Well, we stopped in Chicago, to be fair, so we probably stopped there for an hour and a half or so. But it was just, the journey itself was 18 hours.
Jesus.
So it's probably like 15 hours of driving. Plus, I drive like how you're supposed to drive, so.
Oh.
You know, the speed limit.
That's how my dad drives, and it fucking... Oh, God, we just yell at him.
Oh, yeah, people don't like me on the road. They don't.
You're in the...
But then they pull up and they see me, and they're like, ooh.
You just look at him and point.
He might kill me if I stop.
You would be, no offense, the Danny DeVito to the Techno Vipers Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know who the Techno Viking is?
Yes.
Okay. Techno Viking. The dancing guy in Germany, and he's like ripped out of his mind.
Yep.
I don't doubt that you could hold your own in a fight, but I don't know. He's insanely jacked.
But see, the thing is, like, there's no rules in a street fight. My foot is going straight for your dick every time.
All
no
right.
shame. Like,
Yeah.
if I get into a fight with you, I'm gonna destroy your testicles for sure.
But he's European. What if he's into like that S&M shit and he likes to get kicked in the dick?
It still hurts. You just like it. So, it's still gonna hurt and cripple you.
So do you get the reference I'm making? Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Mm-mm.
The movie Twins from the 80s? Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so.
You should. It's god-awful by today's standards, but back then there was a movie where two guys meet and they're polar opposites physically, and they find out that they are brothers.
Oh.
Twin brothers.
You know, that sounds really familiar.
They're talking about making a sequel now called Triplets, where they find out that Martin Lawrence is their long-lost third brother.
Huh.
So Schwarzenegger, DeVito, Martin Lawrence.
That makes sense.
Huge Austrian guy, short little Italian or whatever the fuck he is. He's part orc. And then black guy.
Makes sense. I'd watch it.
Gentleman named Zach. Had my chest cave in and got rushed to the ER. Had a bar put in to keep me alive. So I used to ride BMX, and I was on one of my favorite BMX spots and did a backflip. As I landed, my chest hit the handlebars, and my chest started to cave in, so my friend called 911. They put the bar in my chest to keep it from crushing my heart and lungs.
That sounds nasty.
Caving in his sternum.
My dad broke a dude's sternum once.
Doing what?
Just kicked him in karate. Through the chest pad.
Jesus Christ. Your dad Chuck Norris?
No, but for a fucking tiny little pot-bellied man, he can fucking hit. And that's how I did so good in karate, is he taught me that side kick, and I made kids cry. I mean, there's literally kids that wouldn't spar me. They'd be like, my ankle is sprained. Because I just knew I was going to drill that fucking kick into their chest and knock the wind out of them.
It sounds like you're only boxing gay kids.
No, there was girls, too. I mean,
Okay.
we were 10, so it was mixed gender sparring. I mean, I don't have any problem hitting women, but...
He kicked me in the tits. They're not even like really there yet. I probably won't get any now.
I think, was it Bill Burr that has that joke about hitting women? I'm not saying you should do it, but you can't tell me there's no reason. I can think of 16 off the top of my head right now. It's pretty good.
I have seen that special.
It's a good one. Bill Burr's pretty funny, too.
George J. Barnes was in a beach buggy Volkswagen car.
Well, whatever happened to you, you probably had coming then.
And he got hit at a dead stop by another car going 60 plus miles an hour. They rolled into the ditch and walked out of the car and was maybe 20 at the time. And he remembers looking at the car engine. It came right through the back seats, stopped right at the driver and passenger seat. He just remembers the firemen saying how lucky we were, and they can't believe how the engine came through the car and didn't crush us or blow up. I hate when that happens.
Me too, right?
Just sitting there and fucking get hit.
And so many of these are car related. I wish we had one where someone was just like, I was walking down an alley, some dude came and stabbed me like 8 times.
No, I took out the ones where some girl was like, I took a whole bottle of my prescription meds, but I didn't die. And some other guy talked about overdosing on heroin 3 times.
Jeez, that's probably when you quit.
That's not cheating death. That's just being really bad at suicide.
That's testing it. That's not cheating it. That's testing it.
You're gambling and you're getting lucky because you're
shit.
not max betting on the penny slots. You're just hitting the button one at a time for a spin there.
That's a good way to put it.
And there was another guy who claimed that he tried to kill himself, but the shotgun jammed.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Puts the shotgun in his mouth, pulls the trigger, it fucking jams.
Do shotguns jam?
I guess.
Allegedly, this dude's did.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Guns jam all the time. Although about what you were saying about a gun jamming because of the pocket lint and being dirty, I had a similar idea. If somebody pulls a gun on me, just to try to play it cool and suave, and if they pointed at you, just be like, okay, I just want you to think about something. You left the safety on. And when they look, you just grab the gun, and you throw that shit.
I've seen that in a movie. It's dope.
It was in Die Hard 3.
Was it? Okay. I don't know if that's what I saw.
Samuel L. Jackson is pointing a fucking MP5, I believe it was, or a MAC-10 at Simon, who was the bad guy. Spoiler alert. And then he's trying to shoot it, and he's like, what the fuck? Simon's like, well, here's the problem. You got the safety on. Grabs it, turns it off, shoots him in the fucking leg.
That's awesome.
He's like, ah, motherfucker!
That's good.
Doesn't that make sense?
I've often said this about, because like I work at the U of M and there's tons of robberies.
Yeah.
If some dude came up to me with a gun, I'd be like, dude, how often do you clean that shit? I bet there's a 50% chance that's going to jam on you. But do you keep it in your fucking pocket? How much lint do you have in the chamber, dude? That's not going to fire, bud. You need to clean. There's a lesson for all you kids. I'll clean your weapons. If you have swords, if you have guns, clean them. And then they will.
Swords?
I have tons of swords.
Why do you have so many swords?
Because I'm a fucking man.
Do you LARP?
No, they're fucking $1,000 fully battle-ready swords. I don't LARP with them.
Like samurai sword? I'm picturing like going to the Renaissance fair with like King Arthur swords.
I love the Renaissance fair, but no, I'm a curved blade man.
That's right. I have seen pictures of you in Renaissance garb on Pirate Weekend.
That was at our buddy's benefit show. We had a buddy pass away, so we had a benefit show because he was into pirates and weird shit. And so like his album before he passed away was called Rochambeau, and it was a pirate-themed album. So
that wasn't Bean, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember the mindless goat thing.
Yes.
Huh.
And then that album that he was going to put out was called Rochambeau, so we put that out for him and got shirts made for his family and shit.
Fantastic.
It was dope.
Here's another guy named Sean. Prefaces it with nasty car wreck.
Go figure.
6 more inches to the left and I'd be dead. Didn't think of it till 2 months later. I was chilling in the county jail and it got at me all at once. I almost threw up. That's when I realized it was probably a good thing I was locked up, and maybe when I get out I ought to chill out for a little bit. He didn't really tell me much of anything, did he?
Jesus, Sean.
Just nasty car wreck, and he went to county jail. He must have been drunk driving. I'm going to tell the story for him because he didn't. That's just lazy.
Just putting in shit. Drunk driving.
So here's Sean's story. Sean was driving to the gas station to get cigarettes. What he doesn't mention is that he's really fucking drunk. And he's going, and he's driving, and a deer jumps out, because this is West Virginia. Because it's my pick of the story, because he didn't fucking give any details.
Can we make it an elk?
No, because that'd be in the west. He's in the east.
What state did you just say?
West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Not
right.
Wyoming.
No, you're right.
Unless a fucking elk migrated like 1,500 miles.
Well, then let's have it something cool that's on the East Coast, like a dolphin.
Why would that be on the land?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a dolphin.
Jesus Christ. I'm supposed to be making this up. This isn't choose your own adventure. I'm not giving you options.
But you're choosing his adventure.
I am, because he didn't. But it's not going to be like, now this. I said this, so you go there. So this deer thinks it's a dolphin, apparently. And he sees the deer, and he swerves, and he hits a tree. And 6 inches more towards the center of the car. And it would have sawn the car in half and probably tossed him out because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And he's got steering wheel marks in his chest. And he crawls out. And a car rolls up and says, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "No, I fucking hit a tree." And then one of them says something that's probably racist because it's West Virginia.
Fair enough.
And then he goes home. Wouldn't you know it, he forgot to stop and get cigarettes. Damn. So then he's mad about that. And then he punches some holes in the wall. And his old lady calls the cops. So they take him on terroristic threats. And then he's in the county jail. And yeah,
Is that what you'd get arrested for in that situation?
That's probably what happened because he was drunk and he had been in a car accident, might be a little concussed. And why it's good that he was in the county jail is because his girlfriend had smoked the last of his cigarettes and she was the reason he went out. So that bitch had it coming.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing he wasn't home. He probably would have killed her. Shit. Lexi. I was like 11 or 12. Me and my brother were playing on the 3rd floor of my uncle's cabin. It was a 3-story cabin.
No, I was just going to say that.
And I fell out of the window onto gravel. Shattered my left leg in 6 places, shattered 2 ribs, and broke my right hand.
What the fuck?
At
least it wasn't a car accident.
Right. Thank God. Well, I told you that I was going to do something new, and I thought of a new game because I like to think of new games.
Do it.
And I couldn't think of any better name than Bullshit Trivia.
Bullshit.
It's time to play Bullshit Trivia on Blumpkin&Friends. I'm just going to rattle off some questions, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability.
Cat.
I can only say that there may or may not be an actual answer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm into it.
Name 5 characters from the original Mortal Kombat.
I might actually be able to do that. Well, like maybe not the original. Liu Kang. Raiden. Which is my nephew's name, by the way.
Oh.
My brother's dope. Who's the chick?
I can't tell you.
I'm talking to myself. What the fuck is that dumb bitch's name? I don't know. That's all I got.
I would have also accepted Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kano, or Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade is Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage are who I was thinking of, and I couldn't think of the names.
Yeah. All right, didn't get that one. Who shot Mr. Burns?
It was the baby.
Okay.
Maggie.
Name 2 Teletubbies.
Tinky Winky.
Uh-huh.
Dipsy. Lala. And Poe. Why I know that more than Mortal Kombat is fucking beyond me.
That's fine, because I just wrote that off the top of my head. I didn't need anybody to tell me on the internet. I know their names also. My baloney has a first name.
It's Oscar.
Fair enough. What is Barney the dinosaur's sexual orientation?
I think he's non-binary.
That's pretty good. I'll accept that. I was going to say it's a trick question because he's actually a eunuch. 4 plus 2 times 2 equals...
4 plus 2 is 6. Times 2 is 12.
Okay, he got that one. True or false, Apocalypto is a Disney movie?
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't think so.
So which one is it?
No.
Wrong. It actually was made by a Disney subsidiary. And it makes sense because it was made by Mel Gibson and he hates Jews, and Walt Disney hated Jews. So, even though it was about Aztecs.
Fair enough.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
San Diego.
Wrong. Djibouti. If you would have got that, it would have been fucking incredible, by the way. Spell marinade.
Marinade?
Yep.
Marinade.
Correct. Say what?
What?
You win!
Did it.
Let's see how many you got. It's that one and that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll take it.
That's 6 out of 10. That's pretty good.
I like bullshit trivia.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Blumpkin&Friends. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Dr. Murr.
Good night.
Pew, pew, pew.